This is 12 o'clock. Then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Right, from 6 o'clock to 3 o'clock. My head is at 12 o'clock. You see, from 6 to 3. That's side topspin. So what about side backspin? From 3 o'clock to 6 o'clock. Three, 4, 5, 6. And stop. First, take a guess at the spin. I figured everyone would guess side spin topspin first. So I deliberately served with a side spin backspin motion. How similar can these two look? Take a look. Extremely similar. One single service motion, for short balls, because they're slower. But for long serves that shoot out, you really can't tell. I'm already using this in matches. Today I want to teach you something different. How to force your opponent to push the ball half high. You can see this hook serve has two variations. The first one is pure side spin topspin. You must fully commit to the motion. Brush upward, racket head driving up. This is pure side spin topspin. I'll serve one. Is this side spin topspin or side spin backspin? Yeah, side spin topspin. The second ball. Take another look, topspin or backspin. What I want to teach today is, even if it's not very spinny, as long as it leans towards side spin topspin, it's enough. The opponent will definitely push, and then you can attack. The second one, it's side spin topspin. See, people are watching the follow through. They're also checking the racket face at the end. Topspin. Today we're learning a deceptive hook serve. A lot of people say they got fooled by Coach Hao Han. Don't say I tricked you. Even high-level players get fooled. And your view is from behind me. If you stood in front of me, it would be even harder to read. Just this motion, pure brushing like this. Catch the ball, relax the wrist, and let it brush through. Can everyone do this motion? Wrist slightly lifted, forearm slightly lifted. At contact, watch. Let the racket head dip down first, then whip upward. I think anyone can learn this with practice. Here the wrist goes upward. Practice this as step 1. First, hook and hold the ball. Then snap the wrist. Snap the wrist, don't use the arm. Using the arm makes the arc to high. For pen hold, it's also a hook. Relax the wrist. Wrist dominant motion. Brush from bottom to top. Rotate the wrist. And after the rotation, let the racket head rise. Just take a ball. Hold it a bit lower. Watch snap the wrist. Why can't you get this feeling? Because your contact point is too high. Then you end up pushing it forward like this. Second issue, you didn't hook it. You're moving like this instead. That doesn't work either. You didn't hook the black rubber. Look. Drive it toward yourself. After I serve, watch. My backswing and my finish are both directed toward myself. That's the third point. From this point to this point. You brush like this, from bottom to top. Watch again. Practice this first. Yes, this is step 1. For step 1, don't involve your body yet. Just place the ball on the racket and keep the ball low. Create a topspin rotation. Once you find this feeling, try to keep the arc as low as possible. Make your wrist a bit more active. This one was still pushed with the arm. Smaller your motion. Get lower and catch the ball. Lift it a bit more during the backswing. The more it drops back, the better the angle. You'll feel it immediately. Everyone take a look. It's better than before, right? The wrist must lift a bit. This one has to be fully done. Just like relaxing before looping. Let me explain the goal of the first stage. After the ball lands, can it curve toward this side? That's the first point. Why do many people hit the net on the serve? If the first bounce is here, this is close to the net. This is the middle line. This is the end line. Serve to the middle of your own table. If the first bounce jumps here, it can go over. The first bounce should be near the middle line. Because of the side spin component, the side top component isn't strong, so the forward jump isn't that fast. But it has to land here. Because after the first bounce, this ball lifts upward. The arc is very long, so you must leave enough distance. The middle position is just right. Pay attention to your first bounce. You can tell it's side backspin immediately. So how do I create the disguise? I'll reveal it to you. This is how you practice normally. After practice, go play matches. If you serve like this, the opponent attacks immediately. So in real serving, pay attention. The real wrist snap must be small. This moment must be concentrated. After the serve, let the arm move downward. Link it together like this. This is a very good disguise. The opponent easily judges it as side backspin. Push hard and it goes long, push light and it's half high. I'll say it again, the first step. Side topspin starts with this brushing action. I just don't stop my motion after contact. Then I add a hook style side backspin motion. And move a bit more forward. Now this spin is already very deceptive. The arc must be low. Otherwise it's easy to read as topspin. When I play amateurs in the club, they can hardly judge it. Because you must pair it with real side backspin. This ball should be served short to the forehand. Serving to the backhand isn't effective. It's not brushed as fully as on the forehand. Now I'm going to teach you side spin backspin. For side topspin, the wrist moves upward. This is 12 o'clock. Then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Right, from 6 o'clock to 3 o'clock. My head is at 12 o'clock. You see, from 6 to 3. That's side topspin. So what about side backspin? From 3 o'clock to 6 o'clock. Three, 4, 5, 6. And stop. That's side backspin. It's really that simple. Why can't many people serve side top or side back? It's because all their hook serves are like this. These balls are all half spin, no spin. They're all the same. There's basically no spin. A relatively neutral ball. For side backspin, the contact point must be taken higher. Brush downward. You see, brushing like this creates spin. So the hook serve is the same as side topspin. At the moment of contact, from 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock. Then from 3 o'clock to 4, 5, 6 o'clock. The brushing force here must not be wrong. So when serving side backspin, why is it deceptive? Because my final motion is always downward. Let me summarize for key points. First, the hook angle must be correct. The black side really has to face yourself. Don't face the opponent. If it faces the opponent, it becomes backspin. Second, for backspin the motion goes from 3, 4, 5 to 6 o'clock. From 3 to 6, moving downward. At 6 o'clock, you must stop in time. You can't go from 3 to 6 to 9. It's brushed downward like this. Look, it's the same for long serves. Don't push forward. If you push forward, all the spin will be reduced. Third point, the first bounce. For short serves, the first bounce should be near the middle line. Fourth, I require left foot in front, right foot behind. This is pure side backspin. Now, to deceive opponents in matches, I've thought of a few methods for you. First, add a foot stomp. Don't stomp the feet when serving side backspin. Stomp when serving side topspin. When the opponent sees you stomp, they feel you're using a lot of force. Second point, if you can make the arc of both serves identical, that's the most effective. Side backspin should skim close to the net. Side topspin doesn't require extremely full brushing. Not like this. As long as there's a slight wrist shake. After the shake, quickly move downward so both arcs skim close to the net. This ball becomes hard to read. If the arc is too high, your opponent can read it very easily. When your opponent starts to doubt themselves, because all their attention is on reading your serve, their follow-up tactics are greatly affected, and that's when your opportunity comes.